Today is the day. Today is the day. It's the end of a year and the end of a decade on God's calendar. And what does that mean to you? Well, stay tuned. Well, the year today is, I believe, 5790 on the Jewish calendar. It begins at sundown today is Rosh Hashanah, and we wish all our Jewish friends a great start of a holiday season, a celebration, as they celebrate as dictated in the Bible these feasts. But as the end of the decade, this is an important on that calendar, right? And it really, what does that signify? It could be a very important year coming up. We're starting on our Julian calendar, I think you call it. We're starting a new decade at the end of this year. So interesting, the decades come together. So what does that mean to you and me? Well, I believe we have the opportunity to make a difference. You know, the past, the good news is, let's use the Jewish calendar right now. The good news is the year's by, it's past. We look forward to the future. Now, many of us get stuck in the past. All of us have made mistakes. I'm no exception. And I'm just blessed that I've been given forgiveness for a lot of my dumb stuff I've done in my life. And if you haven't, I suggest you pursue that path. But what can this do for you? Well, let's look at life in general. When you're driving your car, you got this big windshield out in front of you, and you got this little bitty rear view mirror. Don't you think life's like that? It's there for a reason. You're not really supposed to look back, only a little bit. You're supposed to look forward and focus on the forward. Because, quite frankly, your past is history. And as they say, your future is a mystery. But your future is less of a mystery because it's based on what you do today. So what can you do today to make your next year, your next decade, a way better than what it is now? Well, I believe a lot of it's due to wisdom. I'm going to do a separate blog post on that because this is a big subject, and I believe it's an important subject. Because looking back in the Bible, you'll see Solomon, the son of probably the greatest man in Jewish history, maybe other than Moses, hard to say. David had the heart of God, right? So his son Solomon is generally conceived as the wisest man on earth. And how did that happen? Well, when he had a visitation from the Lord, and the Lord asked him, what gift can he be, would he like to be granted? He chose wisdom. Now, is that something you and I would do? If, we're more used to the story of the genie out of the bottle, I'll grant you one wish. What would that be? And we've heard all kinds of stories on there, but I've never heard one where the guy or the gal asked for wisdom. So the fact that Solomon asked for wisdom, God granted him prosperity and a whole bunch of other stuff in addition to wisdom and understanding. So what I would recommend for you to make your next year, your next decade, the best of your life, or as they say, make the rest of your life the best of your life. I certainly plan to do that. So how do you go about that? First is you need to, search for wisdom and understanding. Because if you have this wisdom and understanding, it will drive you in a direction that'll take you where you want to go. And stay tuned. I'm going to do another post on this because I think it's really important. Because especially as a senior, the clock seems to go faster these days than it ever did, right? The older you get, the faster time flies by. So we don't have as much time to do something, to make a difference, to do something really significant. So the first step in doing something significant with the rest of your life is stop looking rearward, start looking forward, and ask for wisdom. Pray for wisdom. Pray for understanding. We live in a world that's full of knowledge. You can pick up your phone and Google anything you want to know. I do it all the time. That's not wisdom. That's basically, I guess you would say it's knowledge. But we have all this knowledge at our fingertips, but we see this, the world seems to be going downhill at a great rate. We got more stuff going on in our country, people fighting people. We're not working together to make a better world. So if we were to take all this knowledge and do something with it, but that requires wisdom. So let us all pray for wisdom and understanding, that we would find out, actively search why we're here, what we were created to be, who we were created to be, what we're created to do, and go and do it. I'm wishing you a blessed day, but also a blessed year and a blessed decade. Have a great day. Ron the Dream Roper, helping you lasso your dream lifestyle.